taking over the light now. All there is to be said has been said. Let the walls fall, let the shadows disappear. Let our story start from this moment here.
So we're going to do some true crime today from the Gold Coast, actually Maryborough. So I'm going to take you back in time, 2008, to Queensland, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Maryborough. One victim, two criminals, a Catholic church and a pastor from that church. This story absolutely angers the living hell out of me. And I'm pretty sure it's going to make you angry too. So let me take you back in time to 2008. Let me give you the setting here. We're talking, I think it was a rural place outside of Brisbane, Maryborough. Mr. Ruks, who resided there, he had been drinking apparently all day. He was drinking wine out of a coffee cup. We don't know how he met these two men, but they ended up walking together with a cask of wine, and they ended up in this front of a Catholic church where they proceeded to drink the wine. These two perpetrators then physically bashed Wayne Ruks so severely he never regained consciousness, and he just died on the spot. He was found by the pastor of the church early next morning. Wayne, a 45-year-old male, he was killed and found at the front of the church. This is Wayne here. Now, the two perpetrators were found. So, Mr. Pierce and a Mr. Murdink, who committed these crimes. Now, this is where it gets really angry. Apparently, back then in 2008 and way before then, they had a law called the Gay Panic Law. And what the Gay Panic Law is if you were gay and if you put the hard word on a straight man and he physically hurt you or even murdered you, he can claim that defence, that it was I tried, or a gay man tried to solicit him. He won't get done for murder. He'll get the lesser sentence of manslaughter. Now you can see what angers me. Now, when I look at that law, I look at it and I go, well, what happens if I'm sitting in a bar and a straight drunk man tries it on me? I thought in this world that you just say, hey man, I'm straight or I'm gay, or listen, no, I'm not interested, but thank you, walk away. But what happens if that would happen? If I killed a straight man, there's no way I could claim the same. I could not go to court and get manslaughter saying that it was a heterosexual panic. Okay, so it's very one-sided. So yeah, that's why it shits me. Mr. Pierce and Mr. Murdink, their court case happened not long after. Mr. Pierce was sentenced to 9 years jail, and Murdink received a 10-year sentence, of which at least 8 years had to be served in jail. Now he's approaching parole. I think he's coming up to parole. But Pierce only did, I think, 5 years. Wayne Ruks' body was found by a parishioner going to Mass on July the 4th in 2008. The two men accused of his murder, Jason Pierce and Richard Murdink, claimed Mr. Ruks had made a homosexual pass at Pierce when they were sitting on a bench in that Maryborough church yard. Now, this man went for the gay advancement charge because he stated that Mr. Ruks tried to grab him on the crutch and tried to do other things to him. Now, in saying that, they found video footage of them outside the church. So they had footage of them, and nowhere in that footage did Mr. Ruks approach any of these two guys or touch them in any private part or touch them in any shape or form. So that was proof that he had not done this. However, the jury even watched that footage and still they got a manslaughter sentence and they won it because of that gay advance law. So they'll release, I think one's being released soon. It sent shockwaves around Australia. I mean, I remember, I don't remember this, but I remember it, petitions were done. Now the petition that Father Paul Kelly did went online, went everywhere around Australia, everyone signed it, and it actually did go through not so long ago. So now you cannot use that as defence in court. And I think this is after the yes vote was done. So I, for the life of me, cannot understand that in this day and age that we have yes vote to same-sex marriage. But we still had this as a law. Gay people, if you murdered them, you don't go for murder, you go for manslaughter because they're homosexual approach you. I've had heterosexuals approach me. What happens if I murder them? Let's see what happens. I'm not going to murder anyone, but can you imagine? It's just wrong. So now the gay panic defence is thrown out. This is where the bullshit happens, and this is where it angers me so much. It was proved that Mr. Wayne Warren Ruks was not gay. He was heterosexual. So the footage came up in court, all that came up in court, and yet the jury and the judge still accepted the gay panic defence. And these guys basically only did a certain amount of years in prison for a murder, a brutal murder. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. It's, even just talking about it makes me so angry. But at the end of the day, please, 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 Mr. Wayne Warren Ruks, God bless you, and I hope you'll rest in peace. I hope you are at peace wherever you are. To the other two, you are just assholes that don't deserve the good air of the planet. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to say God bless you. Please stay well and stay safe. And bye-bye for now. I love you all. Mwah.
This is a call to arms. This is a call to arms. You know.